Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. If you're looking for jewelry that makes an impact on your self-care routine and your style, Empowerography would love to offer you a discount code to one of our exclusive partners, Quartz and Canary Jewelry and Wellness Company. Please use code EMPOWER15 to receive 15% off upon checkout at www.quartzandcanary.com. Quartz and Canary is truly the place where spirituality meets style. Hello, everyone. Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest is Janet Sandberg. She is an intuitive coach and an energy alchemist based in London, Ontario. How are you doing today, Janet?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How's your day going so far?
It's going well. The sun is shining, so I'm not complaining.
Yes, when the sun shines, doesn't it make such a difference in your day and your mood and everything?
It really does.
It does. So thank you for being here and agreeing to be part of this movement or collective I'm creating here. I appreciate you agreeing to be part of the podcast.
I'm very grateful to be here. This is wonderful.
So let's jump right in. You are a Reiki master teacher, you are an energy alchemist, and an intuitive coach. I have heard of one of these three things. Can you tell me exactly what an energy alchemist is and does?
So alchemy has been around for thousands of years.
Okay.
And originally an alchemist was somebody who turned lead into gold.
Okay.
So an energy alchemist is sort of a term that I coined myself to try to sum up what it is that I do. And it's basically doing the same thing, but with your energy. So I'm turning your energy into gold. So everybody has their own personal energy. And I work with it just to make it flow better and help you feel better and be more successful.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now, can you tell me what an intuitive coach is as opposed to a life coach or a regular coach? What is an intuitive coach, and what does an intuitive coach do differently that a life coach or just a coach might do?
So an intuitive coach, I use my intuition to, again, tune into your energy, and help people tune into themselves. So we basically, it's coaching, but on a I want to say a deeper level, but a different level than a regular coach. So I'll also get, channeled messages and feeling into your energy and who you really are, as opposed to just sort of asking you kind of standard questions to coach you along through whatever it is that you need.
Right. Now, all right, so would you classify yourself as a life coach, though? Are you helping people in the way that a life coach does, or is it a little bit?
Yes, life and business. I actually help entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs, heart-centered entrepreneurs. But because those of us who have businesses and we are our businesses, solopreneurs, when we're not functioning at our best, then our business isn't at its best. So there's a huge overlap between the two.
Okay. Now, how long have you been doing all three of these things? I mean, I imagine this is all combined into your services you offer to your clients, correct? I mean, I would think that the Reiki is probably a little bit of a different thing. It's not offered to all your clients, and all your clients aren't looking for help with Reiki, but being a coach and an energy alchemist, as you said, they overlap. So how long have you been doing these things?
So I've been in business for 9 years.
Okay.
The business has taken twists and turns, as they do.
Yeah.
So and the energy work and the coaching has also always been combined in one way or another.
Okay.
I think a lot of people who do Reiki and energy work also tend to do a lot of coaching.
Okay.
Just it naturally kind of goes together.
Right.
And so whereas, initially I was doing mostly Reiki and energy work, and the coaching part has become more prominent lately.
Okay.
And then I did also take a certification class eventually to be like, I really want to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can for my clients.
So how did you evolve into the coaching, or how did that come about, and how did you stumble on that to integrate it as part of your business? What was the inspiration behind that?
My clients mostly.
Yeah.
Just, following along with what they need and what I really enjoy doing. And the combination of both, I came to understand through my own business and being an entrepreneur that I needed both. I need the energy work and I need the coaching. And so it's just natural for me to combine them.
Okay. So just a natural progression.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what excites or inspires you the most about being a coach?
Changing people's lives. Like really, when I get the opportunity to work with somebody, for a longer term, several months at a time or years at a time, and just seeing how they really like come into themselves and everything starts to change for them when they're aligned with who they really are, and all the pieces start falling into place, and it's the best feeling in the world.
I would imagine it would be to be able to witness that change through something you're doing together as a coach and as a client. That's got to feel incredible.
It is. And that's the exciting part too about working with other business owners, because then they're doing that with their clients, and it's just, this amazing ripple effect.
Yeah. Now, your business is called Blue Dragonfly Wellness. How did you come up with the name for it? And is there any specific significance to the name for you?
There is.
Okay.
It's actually much longer than that. It's Blue Dragonfly Energy Wellness Center.
Okay.
Mostly because when I first decided I was going to be a business, it was going to be a wellness center. I was going to have all these practitioners, and we were going to have a store that like sold crystals, and it was going to be this whole thing, and that's not where life has taken me. So so the business name is sort of less aligned with what I'm currently doing than it was 9 years ago. But dragonflies, I love dragonflies. I always have. And they're all about, mystery and magic and transformation and reawakening, and, it just kind of aligns well with what I do.
Okay.
And I like the blue ones.
There we go. I like the blue ones. There you go. Pretty simple. I love it. I also read you are a CMT, a certified massage therapist. How long have you been a CMT, and do you still currently practice massage therapy?
So I have been a certified massage therapist. Yesterday was actually 9 years since I graduated.
Okay.
And no, I don't. I mean, I'll massage friends and family on occasion. But I was trained when I lived in Michigan.
Okay.
So it's a very different ballgame coming to Ontario and having to adhere to the rules that the massage therapists here have to abide by. And it was very what's the word? Was not a thing that I could really continue doing here without going back to school and requalifying as an RMT. And I wasn't interested in doing that. So so no, I don't really practice anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you probably enjoy what you're doing more now than massage therapy anyway.
I do, but the great thing about having done that is that I have a really good understanding of biology and physiology and health, in a more scientific way that a lot of people who work with energy don't. So when I'm doing energy, I know what's inside and what I'm actually working on and how those things function.
So you've got a bit of a competitive edge to you.
I do, yes.
Well, that's
I like
always
to think
good.
So anyways.
That's always good. I also read you've been a medium your whole life. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
How on earth did you discover this gift you have of being a medium? How did that all come about?
It actually came about really late, like maybe about 5 years ago. I finally figured out what it was.
Okay.
So these things have been happening to me my whole life,
right?
That I remember happening like way back as a small child.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know what it was, like what was happening and why these things were happening. It was just this weird.
Did you have anyone to talk to about it?
No.
Oh man.
No, and these things, people who are mediums, they discover their gifts in different ways.
Yeah.
And it's different for everybody. So nobody, even when I did start meeting people and talking about it still didn't even clue in because of how it was presenting with me.
Right.
It's not sort of a direct connection.
Okay.
That was something so it wasn't until I started doing all of my energy healing training and learning all of that and became much more open energetically that then the mediumship started coming through a lot more easily and a lot more naturally. So it was sort of combined and led off that way. And then I kind of went, oh my God, that's the thing. Like that's what's been going on all this time.
What the hell must have been going through your mind as a younger kid thinking, like, what is this? You must have been thinking, what the hell is happening to me?
Yeah. So what happened to me as a kid, if I was like being really quiet and like in the zone, so if I was like sitting and like coloring, right? So you're sort of, it's like a meditative activity, right? So you're quiet and you're focused and you're in that kind of a state, that I would get this feeling like I had to turn my head and look at a particular part of the room. Okay. Like as if there was somebody there getting my attention, right? And I would have to it was like as if somebody was holding my head and forcing me to look in a certain direction.
Okay.
And that would be it, right? Just like, I don't know what this is, and I'm pretty sure this doesn't happen to other people. Yeah. So it wasn't until, I started working with energy and being more open and learning more about mediumship, and I went, oh, so I wonder if there actually there is somebody actually standing there wanting my attention, but then I have to take the next step and sort of go into that space and take that step and tune in and ask and find out. Which as a kid, I didn't know enough to do. Of course.
So. What are people's reactions when you tell them now that you're a medium?
It depends. A lot of people don't know what that is or what that means. So they just, it doesn't affect them anyway.
Can you explain so the people that don't know what it is? Would you mind explaining what a medium is?
Basically I talk to dead people.
Okay.
So that's my short and simple explanation.
Now, do you run a business as a medium?
No. Okay. I did for a very short time. And then I realized that was not a good idea.
And why? What made you come to that realization, if I may ask?
Well, so the first experience I had, actually sort of providing a service, was for a friend, and her father had passed away, and she asked if I would do this for her. And I was like, I've never done a reading type situation like that. To, connect somebody with a loved one. But I did it because she was a friend, and it went really well. And she was just so grateful. And it was the beautiful, beautiful experience. And I'm like, wow, like, wouldn't that be great to be able to provide this service for people?
Yeah.
But when I actually started doing it, that was not really what happened. There's a lot of people who don't engage mediums for what I feel is the right reasons. You know, they're not letting go of the past and of that person, and it creates a really, really unhealthy situation. And I just felt like I was, what's the word?
You were the medium for it. You were the...
Yes, but I was like, you know, encouraging them in these unhealthy habits, and I couldn't be a part of that.
Right.
So, and it was too hard to sort of weed people out and be like, well, why? Why do you want to do this? You know, and a lot of times they don't even realize why they want to. So I still do it for friends and family, but.
Oh, do you? Okay.
If somebody asks,
and
I know that they're
genuine in their reasoning, right? When people find out that you're a medium, though, you must get people asking you all the time to connect them or help them with that,
Oddly,
right?
no.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that could just be me.
All right. What would you say was a turning point in your life, and how did it affect you?
Probably the first and biggest turning point was moving from BC to Ontario when I was 12, I think. So we lived in a small town on Vancouver Island, and it was pretty idyllic. And then we moved to the GTA, and it was less than idyllic.
Not so idyllic.
And it was huge. Like, it, you know, the mentality, the environment, like everything was just completely different.
Yeah.
And I was 12. So like, that's a hard time to be moving anyways.
Sure.
You know, I was going into grade 7.
Yeah.
So that's a tumultuous time for anybody anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it was just really hard, and it took me a long time to find myself under these new circumstances.
Yeah.
And it was funny because at the time I was like, I'm never moving anywhere ever again. And then I've kind of made a lifetime out of moving. So
hence the reason I would imagine you live in a small town like London now.
That was kind of more accidental.
Oh, okay. Well, as opposed to the GTA, I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say is one of the best pieces of advice you've ever received?
Probably. So, I used to be married.
Okay.
And when things were not going well in the marriage, and I was still pretty oblivious to the fact that things were not going well.
Right.
My friend and my neighbor across the street one day, something happened, and I don't even remember what, but she came over, and I kind of told her what happened, and she just looked me square in the face and said, "You know he doesn't respect you, right?" And I was just like, oh.
That kind of sunk in.
Oh, let me think about this.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, if anybody had said it, you know, in a more nice kind of way, or skirted around it a little bit, or tried to sort of
not be so direct, in other words.
Not be so direct, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. And, you know, I think that's really what made it. And I don't even know. It's sort of advice, but she didn't really tell me what to do about it, you know.
Right.
She like was like, you need to see this.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I will be forever grateful for her for sort of slapping me about that.
Taking you and shaking you and waking you up, providing your awakening. Let's call it that.
Yes.
What would you say is your 5-year plan for Blue Dragonfly?
Oh, just to continue to grow it and to be able to to change the world and change people's lives, and through all kinds of things. You know, I always have ideas and things, you know, not just coaching, but I'd love to be doing retreats in, you know, wonderful faraway places, and write a book and do classes and workshops, and, you know, there's just, I would love to grow it to be able to do, you know, all of those things.
Well, you will. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. Yeah. Can you walk us through your process, a bit of your process from the point initial contact from a client to bringing them on to onboarding them? Just a brief description or overview.
Honestly, a lot of my clients just find me online and they just book a session.
Okay.
They're just like, we don't talk. They don't know me.
Really?
Yeah. They just book sessions blind, and it's the weirdest thing. Like, nobody else I know.
I would have thought that they would reach out and you have a conversation to see if you're a good fit, first of all.
You would think, but oddly, people are just like, nope, this sounds good. This is what I need.
All right.
So there's, I think, and with my clients, there's a lot of that intuitive knowing themselves, right?
Yeah.
So they're just like, yes. For the more like longer terms, like 3-month coaching packages and things like that, then yes, I obviously prefer to be able to have a chat with somebody first and make sure that we're really a good fit for each other.
What are the different time periods that you work with clients? You mentioned 3 months, 3-month packages. What else do you have that clients take advantage of?
So people can just sign up for just like a Reiki session, or I do another type of energy work session that combines sort of like the intuitive messages and chakra healing and Reiki and a bunch of stuff. So those sessions, so they can just work with me, you know, just for like a 1-hour healing session.
Okay, so one-offs they can do too. Okay.
Yes.
And then they just keep coming back if they want more sessions. And
yes. And you know, sometimes you just need like one.
Yeah.
If there's something obviously that you're working through, then doing that for longer time periods is obviously more beneficial.
Okay.
But the coaching packages need to be longer term so that you can really you have the time to create the change.
Right. What makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
Dancing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've always danced my whole life. Various things, not so much as here and there as a child, but I do ballroom dancing now. Oh,
very cool.
Yeah, and just being on the dance floor, just and everybody, you know, has said that as well. Like, I am a different person on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Like, something shifts. And
you get lost in that world.
Yeah.
How long have you been ballroom dancing?
2 years pre-COVID, and haven't been able to dance for 6 months now. So yeah.
How do you define success? What does that word mean to you?
For me, it's about feeling good about where you are in your life, or at least where you're going. You know, if you feel like you're on the right path, then that is also success. It's not necessarily about reaching the goal. It's about, you know, being on the way
journey
there. Yeah. Very much about the journey.
What would you say is one of the most important things you've learned in your life? And what was your life like before learning it? And what was your life like after learning it?
Probably the understanding that I actually create my own life, that we're not just here to sort of stumble through. And for a long time, especially, you know, while I was married, I just went along with whatever it was that my ex-husband was doing. And sometimes that worked out well. And it was easy because I wasn't making any of the decisions, and, you know, my life just sort of carried on.
It just happened.
And it just happened until, you know, if you do that for long enough, you suddenly wake up one day and you're like, I don't know who I am, because this is not my life and I don't know how I got here. And then when you you have that sort of wake up, you realize that you actually have way more control over your life, and then we get into the whole law of attraction type of thing,
right.
and your thoughts create your world,
right,
and where you go, and that you actually do have the ability to create any life that you dream of.
Would you say that pivot in your mindset also helped shift or helped your business?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I wouldn't still be doing what I was doing if I didn't have that. Yeah.
Right. So that triggered the start of your business then, or a change in your business?
Yeah, it was really the start of it. It kind of happened around the same time, where I was like, I can just do this. I can just start a business doing what I love to do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to wait for somebody else to give me the opportunity, or, wait until something happens. I can just do it.
It's amazing how certain events trigger other things happening in our lives, and the positive changes, just positive produces positive, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you could hold on to one memory from your life forever, which one would it be?
I don't know if there's one in particular, but probably any memory of my sister. She passed away 7 years ago, so
I'm sorry.
We're not making new memories anymore. So any of the ones that I have of her are pretty precious.
Yeah, I'm sure. If you could be any animal in the world, what animal would you be and why?
Oh my gosh, I'm actually not even really a huge animal lover.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Probably a cat, because they get taken care of, but they're also independent, and they're quite happy to just lay in the sun and have people pet them. Like, that seems like a good life.
Yeah. Yeah. How would you like to be remembered?
I would like to be remembered as somebody who inspires others to just be themselves and live bravely and create their own life. I guess just to be inspirational, I guess.
I love it. How would you describe yourself in one word?
Perseverant.
Excellent. What makes you smile?
My kids and my man.
What would be the perfect birthday gift for you?
I'm more about experiences than things. So I think probably like a surprise party, because I've never had one. Nobody's ever thrown me a surprise
Never,
party.
ever had a surprise party?
No.
Wow.
So it's kind of on the bucket list now.
Yeah, I guess. I think we all need to make that shift to experiences more than things. Experiences create memories and they last forever. Things end up in the garbage or lost, or I don't know. I'm more of an experienced person as well.
Yeah.
What was the last thing you Googled before this interview?
COVID testing. So I had to my daughter was alerted on the COVID app that she'd been potentially exposed. She works at the mall, so so we had to go get her tested. And testing in London is ridiculous. And it took us 6.5 hours yesterday to get the test. And most of that being in a car, just waiting in line.
Man. Well, it's bad in Toronto too, so don't worry.
Yeah, so I was like Googling, like, is there anywhere else around here that we can get tested that like isn't like this?
Yeah.
So I was just trying to find alternatives. Hopefully we won't have to ever do that again, but
hopefully not. But
yeah.
If you were ice cream, what flavor would you be and why?
what's it called? In that the PC one that comes out at Christmas with the candy cane,
the candy
the chocolate
cane?
crackle. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And why?
Yeah.
Because I think because it's like it's limited edition, so it's like special and you get really excited about it.
Yeah.
And it's sweet, but it's, you know, it's minty.
Yeah.
It's got a few different things going on.
Yeah. Money or fame?
Oh, money.
Money,
hands down. Because you can do anything with money. You can influence people. You can change the world. Like when you have money, you can create anything. In it, and you can help and you can be of service. And yeah, I just think you can do a lot more.
I think you can do a lot with fame too. It gives you a platform that not everybody has. It gives you a platform to implement change as well, I think.
It does. But I think you're a little more in charge when you have money than when you have fame. Like you can influence people with fame, but it's less direct, I feel like.
Right. Aside from necessities, what's one thing you could not go without?
A good cup of tea.
All right.
Yeah, like a proper, English breakfast tea with milk and sugar.
Okay.
It's just, need to have that to make the day complete.
What does the word empowerment mean to you?
For me, it's about tapping into your innate strength to be able to shine from the inside out.
I love that. That's a great one. I've never heard that one before. That's good. If you could step into my shoes, what would you have asked yourself that I never asked you?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe, I mentioned that I move a lot, so maybe something about moving, how many places I've lived in or where I've lived or something.
Okay, so how many places have you lived in? Let's ask it.
Oh, gosh. I've lived in 5 countries.
Mm-hmm. Which ones?
Canada, the US, Germany, Indonesia, and China.
Wow.
And multiple towns within each of those places. So town-wise, I don't even know. Probably.
Too many to count.
11, 12. Yeah, I'd have to go back and count through them all.
Why so much moving around?
So I went to Germany the first time as a nanny. After I graduated from university.
Okay.
And then met my ex-husband there. And then with his job, we traveled to all the different countries. His job was based in Germany. And then we went to China and Indonesia, and then 2 states, all with his job. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Lastly, if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
That would be not to let anyone convince you that you are anything less than extraordinary.
I love that. That's very simple, to the point, and how it holds a lot of meaning. Because everybody is extraordinary in their own way.
Yes.
I love it. Janet, thank you so much for agreeing to be part of this movement, this podcast, be a guest here and share your insights and your journey, a bit about your story with us today. I really appreciate you being here and agreeing to be part of this and agreeing to help me grow this movement by being part of it. I truly appreciate you.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. This has been great.
Awesome. Once again, my name is Brad Walsh, host of your Empowerography Podcast. My guest today has been Janet Sandberg. She is an intuitive coach and an energy alchemist based in London, Ontario. Thanks very much, Janet. I hope you have an amazing afternoon.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at visuphoria.ca and follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast and on Facebook at Empowerography.
Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.